Hello and welcome. If you are new here, this is Tree Cat Tarot and I am Tree Cat. I do monthly zodiac reads for all of the signs for the upcoming month, and I also do pick a card readings, though far less frequently. And so if you are a Leo, Sun, Moon, or Rising, welcome. You are certainly in the right place. Today we are going to be taking a look at your month of March. We're going to use the beautiful Rainbow Moon Tarot deck by Samantha West, as well as a Fairy Tale Lenormand deck, a Alana Fairchild deck, the Moon Oracle, the Moon deck by Orona Leah, and the Kitchen Witches Oracle deck by oh Lord, I'm not going to say her name properly. Barbara Meiklejohn Free. I don't know why I felt the need to tell you all the names of those decks. I did not do that for the previous videos. But we're going to take a look at all that stuff. And we're going to see your overall tarot for March. We're going to look at your oracle cards, and then we're also going to look at your love and relationships, career and finances, and health and spirituality. So if that resonates, go ahead and stick around. And we will start with your general tarot. That is way too much. Okay, that's better. Of course. So we're starting with the Strength card. We have the Ten of Crystals, which I think actually fell out with the original little mess of stuff that fell out earlier. We have the Fool. We have the Hermit. Holy Major Arcana Batman. Did you really go under there? It slipped under this drawer that I have next to under my laptop. And we have the Creator. Oh my god. Okay, so first of all, I'm just going to address the fact that 4 out of these 5 cards are Major Arcana. When we see a lot of Major Arcana, it's usually talking about huge events, huge themes happening in the month of March for you. So there's a lot happening, even though there's only 5 cards here. The fact that the Creator slipped underneath somewhere where I had to just kind of dig it out, I'm going to assume that whatever the end result is by the end of March is going to be a hard-won result for you, Leo. But let's go ahead and get into it. Oh, actually, first let's start with the signs and numbers. So the Strength card is actually Leo energy, card number 8. The Fool is Aquarius energy, card number 0. The Hermit is Virgo energy, card number 9. And the Creator, which is also the Empress, that is Cancer energy, card number 3. It can also be considered Taurus energy. I consider it both. So quite a bit of Earth out here. And Cancer, Leo, and Virgo also happen like one right after another. So it could be that whatever you're doing in March, whatever you start in March, it could probably be extending all the way through the beginning of fall, like early fall, which would be about mid-September. And it could be whatever you're working, like if you're starting a new project, it could be that whatever you're working on in March, you don't start to see the results of the fruits of your labor until about mid-July. and then you start to actually see an end result by mid-September, which from March to mid-September, that is about 6 months. And there's a lot of belief that whatever you start on the new moon of 1 month, it doesn't come to full completion until that sign is in the full moon, roughly 6 months later. That's when something is in full completion. I feel like whoever I'm talking to are people who understand how to work with moon cycles. This isn't new information for you. But let's get into the reading itself. So, you are coming out of a place of being very strong, knowing how to stand in your power, confidence, really knowing who you are. And from it, you were bringing with you 10 of crystals, right? 10 of crystals is abundance. It is abundance which you have built. And when I say abundance, I'm talking like wealth. And it could be generational wealth. Doesn't have to be like being a millionaire or a billionaire and being able to, like, your children never have to work a day in their life. It can mean that, but it can also mean having something large to pass on. Trust funds. It can be building the kind of wealth where there is a family home and you're the one who bought it and paid it off. It can be like other large investments like that. A business, something of that nature. And like I said, the reason that you have gotten this far is due to the strength that you have. The strength has allowed you to build everything that you have right now, nearly single-handedly. With the Fool in the reverse, however, there is something that has been nagging at you that you want to do, a change that you need to make, something that you want to explore, something that's new. And then this is where things get kind of complicated. And this is why it takes so long for this to come to completion, because there's a lot of resistance in March that is coming from you. The Fool in the reverse is someone who wants to make a change, who feels the nagging energy, but is too afraid to make that leap of faith, who is too afraid to take the risk. It could be that you're concerned about risking everything that you have gained up to this point. That is very much what I'm getting here. With the Hermit in the reverse, this conflict between being pulled in a specific direction and yet being afraid of losing everything, it's causing you in March to go into a place of isolation. It could be that there's just too many voices around you and you need to shut them down a little bit, and you need to get to a place where you can listen to your own voice. I Will Survive by Gloria Gaynor is playing in my head. So I don't think for you it's a question of will I be okay? I think you know you'll be okay. I think for you it's a question of knowing exactly what action is the right one to make sure that you are okay. But the thing about having this self-assurance that you're going to be okay, that you're going to survive, is knowing that no matter what happens, no matter what turn you take, you will figure it out. Okay? And maybe that's why you need to go into isolation mode. With the Creator in the reverse, I feel like you're going to come to the realization by the end of March that you have been largely neglecting your feminine energy, and you need to actually tend to that instead. Um, Building, which is something you've always done up to this point, building wealth, building um, achievements, building investments, making sure that you have a house that is paid, it is yours for you and your family, what have you, making sure you have a business, things like that. That is a huge force of largely masculine energy. Yeah, you need feminine energy in order to dream up what it is that you want to do and to even think of creative ways to use the resources available to you, but it's largely a masculine project. The creator, on the other hand, the Empress, divine feminine energy, that is the ability to listen to your intuition and to flow. And it's when you're finding yourself being pulled in a new direction, but feeling stuck because you don't know how to go about that direction. That is the thing that awakens you to the fact that you've been neglecting your feminine energy and now you need to address it. You need to address her. You need to learn how to wake her up again so that she can help guide you. Because often when we're stuck, it's because we don't see logically how something can work and we are afraid to have faith, which is the Fool in reverse. You're afraid to have faith that things will work out. You're afraid to have faith that the universe will catch you, that you can trust your intuition. Working on that feminine energy will make it easier for you to feel like that part of yourself is safe and that you can listen to the wisdom that she has. Everyone has masculine and feminine energy inside of them. I do realize this is a non-binary deck. Um, but I'm not talking about physical genders. I'm talking about energy. So, that being said, let's go ahead and move on to your oracle cards. You have quite a lot here, which is funny. It almost makes up for how straightforward your tarot portion is. So, we have card number 31, the Sun. We have card number 12, I am of the earth and in harmony with nature. We have milk thistle with intrusion, arnica with recovery, we have card number 28 with collaborative dreaming, and then we have, I think this one was a spicy card, yes it was, we have card number 40 with sacred fool. So the idea of the Fool coming up again, okay, the idea of the person who doesn't take life too seriously, who sees life as this grand journey and something to play around with. Coming out once again, you realizing that maybe you've gotten out of touch with that part of yourself and you're going to be reclaiming it. Recovery in intrusion. Yeah, there's definitely an aspect of you that doesn't feel as safe as it could. Intrusion, once again, makes me think of like too many voices, too many people trying to tell you what to do, too many people up in your energy. You could literally be surrounding yourself with too many people and you're like, this isn't good. And that's why you go into an isolation mode. Be careful though with that, with the Hermit in reverse, because Hermit in reverse is isolation where we're not dealing with things, we're just avoiding. So be careful that you don't go into that kind of energy. It's okay to need to avoid and check out for like a day, maybe two, but don't let things get out of hand. With I am of the earth and in harmony with nature, you could be going on hikes or just going and laying in the forest. Yeah, I'm getting like going and like just laying in the forest or laying among the trees, like in a hammock or something, and just chilling there in order to get back into touch with yourself and get back into touch with Mother Nature, with the divine feminine, helping her to speak to you. The sun also kind of, so with the sun, that card, the story there is called Princess Sunlight, and it's one of those stories where like she's one person when she's asleep and she's completely someone else when she's awake, that kind of stuff. But the real her sleeps during the day and is awake at night, and she's like an old grumpy hag when she's awake at night. And so no one actually gets to see the real her. No one actually gets to see her in her young, beautiful, youthful energy. I'm going to go ahead and move over to the book really fast just to read Sacred Fool because I haven't read this one yet. This deck is super new to me. I caught it this week, so let's go ahead and see what the Sacred Fool says. Being more playful this month. Anything you ever did as a child, like make mud pies or popping the heads off of dandelions, building things with like little sticks, things like that. If you did anything like that as a child where you were playing with the earth itself, I feel like going back to that would be very supported at this time, and it would help you reconnect with parts of yourself that maybe you've previously lost. All right, Sacred Fool. Let me take a sip of water before I read. The fool is a great rebel, able to thwart convention, tell the truth without restraint. Your heart is a wonderful, powerful, sacred fool. It cares not for the right way to do things. It cares not for what the mind says is real and not real. It lives according to an inner wisdom that cannot be dictated to or controlled by anything. It loves, it lives, and it is what it is. This oracle heralds a time now or imminent when you will feel inspired, alive, and passionate for what you can offer to the world. It says to you, don't try to be appropriate, don't try to be socially acceptable and worry about what others may think about what you are doing. Just be. If you want to wear a mad hat whilst doing so, fine. The sacred fool in you is willing to leave behind what has been because it no longer feels right to stay attached to it. The sacred fool in you trusts life completely. It would never occur to this part of you to try and outsmart life or resist its flow. It recognizes that the mind is a monkey puppet on strings. More often than not, it is cajoled into fear when it could be playfully dwelling in the radical spontaneity of life. So the sacred fool in you urges your mind to let itself be pulled into joy by your heartstrings, not into fear and doubt by the controlling machines of mass media. This oracle brings you a message. It's time for you to play. It's time for you to let life happen in a completely unreserved, unscripted way. The more bizarre, left of field, unexpected, and apparently ridiculous, the better. This might not feel safe or appropriate at first. That is okay. That is good, actually. It's a sign that you are breaking with your own self-composed conventions. It is a time to move beyond them now because a bigger life adventure is calling to you. This is wonderful news. It is the desire of life to operate more radically through you so that you become the conduit through which miracles and crazy wild synchronicity can occur. You are becoming more electric. You are more plugged into the apparent randomness of life, apparent because there is a refined intelligence behind it all. The sacred fool goes with this without having to understand any of it, which is good. Trying to access even one genuine glimpse of life's unfathomable genius would probably make one's head explode. As you take this journey, you may find that people around you are challenged. You might unintentionally cause them to rethink the way they live their lives. They may question whether the way they are living is the only way for them or even the best way. At first, they may react rather than take responsibility. The sacred fool in you doesn't engage with this. It is what it is, and it rises and falls as it will. It doesn't stop you from your merry dance of unconventional being. If you find yourself making choices that have others questioning your sanity, then you are right on course. You may feel that you are quite possibly going insane, but you were not crazy. You were just approaching enlightened awareness. There is a moment, sometimes a rather long one, when we wake up to life, shed our attachment to mass opinion, and float in a completely different state of being. We might find that no one is really able to understand or connect with us to the point that we will question our state of mind. Stay with that. It will pass. You will eventually see that you are becoming sane and unsane. You are becoming sane in an insane world. The tables will turn and you will gain great freedom and creative juice. Stay on your path, stay on the journey. Remember to take nothing too seriously, and it will all work out perfectly. Okay, let me take a sip and we will go over the healing process. Also, I kept thinking of the Mad Hatter. Just saying. Okay. Say, I call on the sacred fool of unconditional love. Please help me access your lightness of spirit, your wisdom, and your ability to exist in the heart of truth, to be powerful without becoming attached to or obsessed by power. I honor your vision. May I see and know so truly and be free. I choose of my own free will to give myself absolute permission, just to be myself now and always. Through unconditional love, mercy, and compassion, so be it. Once you have repeated the above, imagine that any invisible chains or shackles that have held you captive in any way are falling away from you. They might make a clunk as they hit the floor. You might feel freer than ever before. However strong or subtle your reaction to this is perfect for you at this time. Shake your arms, your legs, your body. Once you're all shaken out, feeling more relaxed and hopefully just a little bit silly in a playful way, you have completed your healing process. The other thing too with oh my goodness. Okay, so I just looked over at my computer and the song Starve the Ego, Feed the Soul by the Glitch Mob is playing right now. It's if you like electronic music, this is such a great song. I think you would really enjoy it. What I was going to say before I noticed that was another thing you could be doing at this time to help get you more into your body, more into a joyous, silly energy is make a playlist of music that makes you want to move your body. That is now all you're going to listen to this month. That's all you're going to listen to. This month that makes you want to dance, like you're doing chores, but you're shaking your butt. You're doing dishes, but you're sambaing. You are cleaning the toilet, but I'm not sure what you could be doing while cleaning the toilet, but you're cleaning the shower and you're cha-chaing. Just be silly and move your body, and also spending time in nature. With collaborative dreaming here, so collaborative dreaming talks about actually surrounding yourself with other creative people and bouncing your creativity off of each other, bouncing your art off of each other. So if you enjoy painting, you enjoy writing, you enjoy sculpting, maybe you do genuinely enjoy dance, get with people and do this. Host a little dance party in your apartment, something like that. Having a Bob Ross paint along, something. Get into a more playful energy this month, Leo. Which I feel like shouldn't be hard for you to do whatsoever. Literally, the house of play and joy and creativity is ruled by you. So this should be easy peasy, but it's going to definitely shake up your energy in a way that you will not even believe. So let's go ahead and get into the love and relationships portion of your reading for March. Okay, we have the Ace of Wands. And we have the Three of Crystals in the reverse. Interesting. So, Honestly, the first thing I thought when I saw the Ace of Wands is that you are going to be enjoying more spicy time in the month of March, whether you are partnered or not. However, the Three of Crystals in the reverse talks about a lack of teamwork and independence. So you simply might be enjoying more spicy time by yourself. And we totally encourage that on this channel. And with that in mind, if you are not 18, you need to get off of my channel right now. Bye. Anyways, for the rest of you, yeah, enjoying some spicy time by yourself, maybe like take in, even like it can be as much as like you're taking yourself on a date, like, and you come back and you enjoy that kind of time with yourself as well, which is a really great way to get more in touch with your own energy. Love that for you. Hmm. So let's go ahead and take a look at your career and finances. We have the Knight of Wands. There we go. And we have the Warden of Wands in the reverse. Very interesting. So the Knight of Wands is someone who is very fiery but doesn't really know how to focus and control that energy. The Warden of Wands in the reverse practically suggests someone who has a temper. Um, be really careful at this time of not spending money as a coping mechanism or spending money to make yourself feel better. Also, I heard hoarding money. That is not something I suggest you do either, especially from like loved ones or family members. Not that I think anyone would actually do that, but it came through, so I'm gonna speak it. The other thing that's catching my attention is how they look like they are looking down at this person here, and almost in like a sad way, while going up some steps. So it's possible that part of what you're learning this month is going from a place where you are spending money extravagantly. Because even though the Warden of Wands is a higher position than the Knight of Wands, if it's a Warden of Wands in the reverse, the Knight of Wands in the uphand is still a better position to be in. So it's almost the idea of learning that you don't actually know anything. It's going from thinking you know everything to learning I don't actually know anything. And it could be that when you receive this message at first, you're very like, what are you talking about? Of course, I'm in touch with my inner child, da 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 da. And then you kind of just look at your physical surroundings and you're like, okay, never mind. I thought I knew, and I didn't. Like, I'm actually not in touch with them whatsoever. Um, it could also be looking at what you do for a living and realizing that you actually hate what you do for a living. I'm getting that too. And that could be the area in which this change is coming and you're resisting it and you don't really know what to do about it. I also feel like part of what has you scared in the month of March, if it is like a career change that you are contemplating, is you're afraid of being a beginner again. But you're realizing that you're currently in a place to where you're so competent at the job that you no longer care about it. Um, let's go ahead and move on to your health and spirituality and see what we have there. Okay. We have Justice, which is Libra energy, card number 11. And we have the Ten of Wands. So the Ten of Wands is releasing burdens, and Justice is being fair. I feel like for you, this change, even though you're going to have resistance to it at first, you're going to have resistance to what it is you need to do in order to bring your feminine energy forth, your childish energy forth. You're going to, it's not going to take long, like once you release resistance, for you to actually do it. And it's going to come with you partially taking the whole world off of your shoulders. You're going to be taking the world off of your shoulders, and you're going to be, I almost feel like you hold yourself responsible for the health and well-being of a lot of other people, and you're realizing that you are not actually responsible for that. See how he's kind of dancing in the trees? He's dancing in front of the tree. Don't be surprised if you end up finding that that's in fact a spiritual practice for you now. Also, with Libra popping up in your health and spirituality, I do want to mention to you to go ahead and be careful with your lower back this month. Make sure that you aren't picking up a lot of really heavy things without some help. That also could be meant not so literally, like basically releasing the idea of like breaking your back for other people, which makes a lot of sense with the Ten of Wands, releasing burdens, not breaking your back for others anymore. So, Leo, that is all I have for you today. Thank you for letting me read your cards. Um, Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe as you see fit. Keep a lookout for whatever other signs you have among your sun, moon, and rising. I'm going to be releasing the rest of the videos between now, today and tomorrow. And so just keep a lookout for that. If you would like a little bit more, then in my description, there is a link to my calendar where you can schedule a personal reading with me. And yep, that is it. So be good, be safe, and love and light to you. Bye.